In last lecture, we have seen types of queue, that is some special kind of queue, circular queue, DQ. Okay, circular queue we have seen and DQ we have seen. In today's lecture, we'll learn about the priority queue. Okay, as the name implies, priority queue, the elements are inserted according to the priority. Okay, according to the priority. So that's why the name is called as here, the queue is called as priority queue. Okay, until now we have seen that the element that is inserted first gets removed first, because LIFO in this queue is working in LIFO manner, right? So last will in and first will out. Okay, so however, there are some applications where no matter in which order the element arrives, the best element that will be dequeued is the one with the highest priority. That means the insertion also and the deletion also is based on the priority of the element. Okay, so if there is a clash between element of the same priority, if both elements are having the same priority, at that time whoever will enter the first, that will give you the that element will be stored first. Okay, that means first come first serve basis. Okay, so since we are going to remove an element not on the basis of their arrival but on the basis of their priority, on the basis of priority the element will be deleted from the queue. Okay, and along with the data to be inserted, we also will insert the priority of the element. While we are inserting the data, while we are inserting the element into the queue, at that time we'll check the priority of the elements. Okay, now there are two types of priority queues, two different types of priority queues. First is bounded and the second one is unbounded priority queue. First one is bounded queue and the second one is your unbounded priority queue. A bounded priority queue places a boundary on the priority that the user can submit. A bounded priority queue places a boundary on the priority, places the boundary on the priority. That means for the priority we require, or the system will give you the restriction or the boundary, and within that boundary, within that restriction, only the priority we have to give to the element. That type of queue is called as your bounded priority queue. And the second one is your the unbounded priority queue, place no such limit on the priority queue. In bounded priority queue, we have put some limits, we have put some restrictions, we have put some boundaries to giving you the priority, giving priority to the element. But in unbounded priority queue, there is no such limit on the priority queue. Okay, so there was a two different types of queue, that is bounded queue and bounded priority queue and unbounded priority queue. Then priority queue ADT. Priority, as we know, ADT is abstract data type and queue is following abstract data type. That means it is a special type of data type which inserts the element with its priority in linear format. Okay, so it is an abstract data type. Priority is used during DQ operation to remove the element with the highest priority number, no matter in what order the element arrived. As we know, in simple queue, when we are deleting some element, when we are deleting one element, that element will be front only, because the deletion or the DQ operation starts from front. But in priority queue, you can delete the element of highest priority, whether it is in front also and whether it is in rear also, whether it is in middle also. Okay, we will check just the priority, no matter what order the element is arrived. So in priority queue, this is most important. Whenever you are performing DQ operation, to remove the element with the highest priority element, we can delete. Okay. In case of multiple element having same priority, in case of multiple element having same priority, as the highest, the element which was inserted first will be dequeued first. That means first come, first serve basis. Okay. In case of multiple elements having the same priority, if more than one element is having the same priority, at that moment, at that situation, the first come first basis service will be applied, and with this service the first element which arrived first in the queue, that will be dequeued or that will be deleted from the queue. Now there are three operations are there. First is empty, is empty function, second enqueue function, and third is dequeue function. In priority queue, is empty function checks whether the queue is empty or not. If the queue is empty, it returns true, else it returns false. Is empty function checks whether the queue is empty or not. If the queue is empty, it returns true, and if the queue is not empty, it returns false. Enqueue function will define the value and priority of the element. Enqueue function will define the value and priority of the element. So insert the element with value as its current position based on its priority. If the priority is same, the new element will be attached after the old one. If the priority has same for both the element, the new element will be attached next to the old one. Okay, so the enqueue operation will perform insertion of element into the queue, and that insertion is based on the priority and the value. Then the third operation is called as your dequeue operation. Dequeue removes and returns the element which has the highest priority. Dequeue will remove or deletes the element from the queue, but that element which has the highest priority in the queue. Okay, so the dequeue must validate whether the queue is empty or not before dequeuing any element, because if the queue is empty, you cannot delete the element. So for that purpose, first of all, while performing dequeue operation, first of all you have to check whether the queue is empty or not. Okay, consider an example of bounded queue. Okay, see here, enqueue 5, 3. 5 is your value and 3 is your priority. Okay, second enqueue 7, 1. 7 is your value and 1 is priority. Enqueue 3 is value and 2 is priority. Again 4 is value, 3 is priority, and 6 is value and 1 is priority. So according to the priority, first of all, the system will search the priority. So with the highest priority, that means first priority, the seventh one is there. Seventh element is there. Okay. So in front, we'll add first priority 7. Then at same priority 1 is there. Same priority 1 is there. One priority is for both the element, that is 7 and 6. So after inserting 7, we'll insert 6 first. We'll check out all the fields. We'll check out all the array. Okay, all the elements of array. So first we got this, because we are following first come first serve basis rule. So first is 7 and that priority is 1. So first we added 7. Then second, again we got priority as 1 and the value is 6. So again we have add 1 and 6. Then the third one is your the second priority at third element. So the element is third and the priority is second. Then the third priority, first comes 5. So first we inserted 5 at third priority, and then after 4 we have that. So 4 is added at the last, and this is your front and this is your last element, that is rear element of the queue. Okay, so thus we can see that even though 6 was enqueued last, it is present at the second index in the queue because it has the higher priority than the other node. Okay, it has the higher priority, and higher priority, that means first priority. Okay, so the working of priority queue is based on the following condition. Whenever any new element is to be inserted into the queue, it has to have priority as one of its field along with the data part. Okay, so whenever we are adding new element to the queue, we have to check its priority. Second thing, the element that will be dequeued, the element that will be deleted from the queue, that should have the highest priority. That means the highest priority element will be deleted with the queue dequeued operation. Okay, and if the clashes between two elements is having same priority, if the clashes happens, if two elements are having same priority, at that time whichever element added first, that will be deleted first. Whichever element inserted first into the queue, that will be deleted first. So to create a priority queue, we have to create a structure with which store both the element data as well as the priority. Okay, so for that purpose we have created one node, struct node int data int priority. In data we'll store the value of the node, and in priority we will store the priority of the node. Okay, so struct node pointer. Next, with this line we can create a new node, to insert into the queue. Okay, so for priority queue, we have two approaches to maintain the queue. First is insert the new element at the end. Insert the new element at the end means when we call enqueue operation, we create a node and append it to the end of the queue. That is, in normal queue also we are doing, that is, insertion will happen through only the rear part, that means the last node. Okay, so here also we are doing the same. At the end we are adding the new element with its priority. Then, however, during the dequeue operation, we traverse the entire list and find the node with maximum priority. That means, in first case, we'll add the new we will add the new element at the rear position. That means, nowhere we'll check the priority. We just add the new element at the rear position. But if we want to delete an element, we have to check the priority, and with the maximum priority, which node is having the maximum priority, that node will be deleted first. Okay, so in this case we have two nodes whose priority is equal to the maximum priority. Then, as discussed, we will select the node which was enqueued first. Okay, so the consider example: Riya is 5, Rohan 2, Gaurav 1, Sam 3, Shruti 2, Jeremy 1, Bhumi 4, and Harsh 1. So now, during the DQ operation, first we select the node which has the highest priority. And in this example, we can see the Gaurav, Jeremy, and Harsh is having the highest priority. Okay, we observe that the queue has three nodes, that is Gaurav, Jeremy, and Harsh, with the same priority, that is highest priority as a 1. So which node to DQ? As suggested or as decided, the node which was inserted first should be deleted first. Okay, so that the no clash between the priorities. Okay, so Gaurav will be deleted first because Gaurav is inserted first. Okay, so between or among these three priorities, Gaurav, Jeremy, and Harsh will delete first Gaurav because he has arrived first. Okay, so after deleting Gaurav, there are two again clashes are there, Jeremy and Harsh. So in next phase we'll remove Jeremy, and in next step we'll remove Harsh, so that the highest priority element will be deleted. Then The second one is here maintaining a priority queue. Maintaining a priority queue means what? In this approach, we maintain a stored list of elements based on their priority. Based on their priority, if we stored the element that we have to check in this maintaining a priority queue. So any node that has higher priority will be placed ahead of the node that has lower priority. That means every every higher priority node will be placed ahead of the node that has the lower priority. That means the lower priority, whatever the lower priority is there, after that the highest priority will be needed. So what if two nodes have the same priority? Which node do we place first? Again, in this case, the node that is inserted latest will be placed after the prior node. So in this approach, DQ operation is simple enough as the element which has the highest priority queue will be placed first. Okay, so take the example, Gaurav, Jeremy, Harsh. We have done the ascending order, or we have rearranged them. We have arranged them into the sequence. Now, if we compare both the approaches, we notice that even though we inserted node with the with the RIA as the first node, it is placed at the end of the queue when it is sorted. When it is sorted. So this is because the node with value RIA has the lowest priority in the entire queue. Has the lowest priority in the entire queue. Hence, the placement is at the end. This results in the element that has the highest priority to be placed first. So the DQ operation will result in Gaurav will be deleted and the rest all elements are present in the queue. Okay, so for our implementation of priority queue using linked list, we'll follow the second approach of maintaining the sorted linked list. That means we have to sort the linked list, we have to sort the elements as per the priority, so that the deletion operation will take place very easily, and the highest priority element will be deleted from the DQ. Then insertion in priority queue using linked list. Okay, insertion in the priority queue using linked list. In order to insert a new node in a sorted linked list, we have to find the particular position before or after which will attach the new node. Okay, whenever we want to insert a new node, first of all, we have to find out the particular position before or after which we have to attach the new node. That means we have to first select the position where we have to attach the node. Okay, so insertion of a node is having following step. Step 1 is create a new node with the data containing the value and the priority inserted with the value and priority inserted by the user. Okay, that means first of all we have to create a new node containing the data also and the priority also. Second, check if the linked list is empty or not. If the linked list is empty, the new node will become the first node, that means front, and again it will be rare also because it is a empty linked list. If the linked list is empty, whichever new node we are adding, that new node will indicate front also and rear also. Third step, assign current the front of the linked list. Assign current node will take one temporary node, that is current node, and that node will assign to the first node, that is front. Then the fourth step, start traversing the list. Start traversing the list with comparing the priority of the current node with that of the new node. That means whatever the new node we are inserting, that will compare with the current node. We will also preserve the previous node of the current node in the previous node. That means the previous node of the current node we can store in previous node, so that we will compare the node, will compare the priority, and with this priority we can insert a new node. So step number 5, if we find the priority of new node is less than the current node, if we find the priority of the new node is less than the current node, we have two cases. First case, if the current node is front node, then the front of the linked list will be updated to the new node. Yes, if the new node's priority is less than the current node priority, then our new node will be the new front, because it has the lowest priority. And if it has the highest priority than the current node, if it has the highest priority than the current node, then the front node will be not updated. If the current is not the front node, then the next field of the previous should refer to the new node, and the next field of the new node will refer to the current. Okay, so if we reach the rear of the linked list, it indicates the priority of the new node is greater than all the nodes in the linked list. That means first node, first type we have the node which we want to insert, that is new node. If that node is having the priority less than the front node, then the front node will be updated as the new node. And if it is not there, then we have to traverse the linked list. We have to traverse the whole linked list. We have to check out the priority. If it is greater than all the nodes, then we will insert that node at the rear position. So we insert the new node at the last of the linked list, that is at the rear position. Okay. Consider the following example. You will come to know exactly what is happening with the example. Okay. So consider the following example. Okay. We want to insert 45 in the linked list. We want to insert 45 into the linked list. So step 1, create the new node with the value 45 and the priority as a 5. Okay, so for creating a new node, we written as struct node pointer node, new node. New node is equal to struct node malloc size of struct node. With these two lines, we have created a node and we have created the memory for the new node. Then we have to add the data or the value into the new node. So for that purpose, we have written new node data is equal to 45. That means in data part we'll add 45 and in priority part we'll add 5. So the new node priority is equal to 5. Since the linked list is not empty, we move to the step 3. Because the linked list is already created, it is not empty. So we'll move to the step 3. Then step 3 will assigning current to the front. Assigning current to the front. That means the 12th element will be your current element. Then start traversing the linked list along with comparing the data in the node in current with the value in the new node. That means what? We have to traverse the entire linked list with the current node. Okay, so now my current node is 12, and again we have to check with the 45, that is new node, that is 45. So we have checked that the current node's priority is 1 and the new node's priority is 5. So we'll move ahead to the next node, so that we goes to the 6th node. So at 6th node, our current node is now 6 and the priority is 1. And we again compare that element with the new node, that is 45 and 5. Again, we have to check that the priority is higher than the current. So again, we have to go to the next node. Again, we go to the 25 with a priority 3. And then with the priority 3, again we have to compare with this 2. So we are having priority 3 and we are having priority 5. Okay, again we move to the next node. Now our current node is 40 and our new node is 45. In our current node, the priority is 4 and in new node, the priority is 5. So again, we have to compare both the things. Again, after this, That means here we come to know, then that means after this priority will be added. That means what? After 40, the 45 value will be added. So for addition, we have to store this node in previous node, this node in the previous node, and we have to added this node, new node in between these two nodes. Okay, in between these two nodes. Okay, so for that purpose, what we will do, our current node will be at 15. Our current node will be at 15. In previous node, we have added 40, and then we'll added 45 in between these two nodes, that is current and previous, and we'll attach that node. And we'll attach that node to 40, that means previous node also, and the current node also, that means your 50 node. So again, now see, according to the priority, first priority is of 12, second priority is that means same priority, first priority again 6, then second priority is not there, third priority is 25, fourth priority is 40 element, and the fifth priority is 45th element. Okay, and the sixth priority will be at 50. Okay, and this is indicating the null is indicating that the linked list is ended here. The linked list is ended here. Okay, so this is how you will perform the NQ operation in queue. Okay, now removal of data, that means DQ operation from the queue. DQ operation, remove of a node from a queue using linked list. It's similar to that of removing the first node from the linked list. That means whichever element is inserted first with the priority, if the priority is clashes with the whichever element is inserted first, that will be deleted first. Okay, so the removal of a node from a queue using linked list is similar to the removal of the first node from the linked list. Whenever we are dealing DQ operation in the queue, the first element will be deleted. Okay, so since the queue is sorted, the first node is having the highest priority. Since the queue is sorted, the first node is having the highest priority. So while we performing DQ operation, the first node will be deleted. While we applying the DQ operation, the first node will be deleted. Okay, so for that purpose, what we will do, we'll assign front in temporary variable or temporary node. That means the front will be stored in temporary, and the next of the front element, the next element of the front element will stored into the front. That means we'll update the new front. We'll update the new front, that is front is equal to front next. That means front is equal to front next. So we'll update this as a new front, and then we'll delete this temporary variable or temporary node, that is free temp. With this free function, we can delete the first node, and the first node will be updated as a, and the second node will be updated as the new start, or you can say the new front. Okay, so after deleting first node, that is first priority, see here in this example, see 12 is at front, so we store the front element into the temporary variable, temporary node. Then after that, this second node we have updated as the new front, and then we delete this node, that is free temp. Okay, so after deleting this first node, the queue is look like this. Okay, got it? How to insert and how to delete in priority queue? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, so now how you will implement this in the program? Okay, so write a program to implement priority queue using linked list. Okay, so first of all, we have to declare the libraries, that is stdio.h and malloc.h for the memory allocation. Then we have to create one node. So for that purpose, we have already seen struct node int data and priority, we have to create a node with the data and priority part. So with this we have created one node. Okay, then we have to assign functions, that is insertion function, deletion function, and display function. Okay, so first of all we have to create a node. So at initial stage, the front is also null, the rear is also null, and temporary element is also null. Okay, then struct node pointer insert, struct node front, then delete insertion, insert we have to give the node, then deletion we have to give the node, that is struct node pointer front. And for display also, struct node pointer front means from front will insert the element, will delete the element, and will display the element. Okay, again we have to take choice from the user. So for that purpose we have taken the do while loop again. So printf menu, so it is a menu driven program. So for menu driven program we have taken three printf or four printf, you can say. First is for insert, second is for delete, third is for display, and fourth is for exit. Now we want to enter the choice by the user. So that's for that purpose we have written printf enter your choice. With the scanf function we taken the choice of the user, then we have put that choice into the switch cases. That means if user choice if user enter first choice, then add the it will add the element. If he enter the second choice, they will delete the element. If they add the third choice, then it will display the element. And if user added the fourth choice, that means it has to be out of the program, or it has to be out of the loop. Okay, so the choices should be less than 4, or you can say it is not is equal to 4. That means it the choice should not be should not be should not be greater than 4. It should be 1 to 4 only. Okay, then we have to start with a function. So the first function is insertion function. In that insertion function, again we have to take two variables, that is value and previous variable. Okay, so first of all we have to create a new node. Then printf enter the data and priority, or enter -1 to exit. That means first of all we have to add the data with the priority, or if you want to exit you can press -1. Okay, so while taking the new node we have to add value and print previous. Okay, priority. Okay, so data and priority we have to insert. So in new node the value will be assigned to the data, and the priority will be assigned to the pri that is pre data type or value variable. Okay, so if front is equal to null, if front is equal to null, that means your linked list is empty. If your front is equal to null, that means your linked list is empty. So the new node will be your front node. If your linked list is empty, the new node whichever is created, that will be your front node. So that's why here written as front is equal to new node. Printf data priority, and the data whichever you are entered, or the priority whichever entered, it's display here. Else if the linked list is not empty, then first check the priority with the existing queue. So for that purpose we have to write priority less than front is priority. That means if the priority is less than front, then the new node will be the next front. Then the front will be updated to the new node, because the priority is less than the front element's priority. So the new node will be your front. If the priority is not less than the front, that means if the priority is greater than front, we have to check through the queue which priority, after which element the new node will be stored. So for that purpose we will write down the while loop, that is temp next not equal to null. Until and unless it gets the null value, it has to travel. And if it gets the priority, if it gets the priority greater than the temp value, if it gets the priority greater than the temp value, the maximum or the current variable which we have find, after that the new node will be entered. So for that purpose we'll return as temp is equal to temp next, means whatever the temporary variable, in that variable whatever the priority is there, after that priority your next element will be added. Okay, so the new nodes next is equal to what? Temp next, means whatever the new nodes next element, whatever the new nodes next address is there, that can be the temp next variable. Okay, so in this case we'll added the temp next as a new node. Okay, and after successful insertion we will enter, after successful insertion we'll display the message successfully inserted. Then after that, struct node pointer delete queue, that means we have to delete the element from the queue. So for that purpose again we have to add, or we have to assign front to the temp variable. So for that purpose, if front is equal to not, if is equal to null, the queue is empty. If front is equal to null, then your queue is empty. If it is not empty, you have to assign front to the temp, you have to assign the value of front to the temporary variable. Then we have to update new front, we have to update the new front, so that the front is equal to front next, and then we'll delete the temporary variable, that is the first variable, first node, and the value which will be deleted, that will be print here. Okay, and the last function is your display function. And display function, again we have to display the element, and from front also, and from front the element will be displayed. Okay, so for that purpose also, first we have to check whether the linked list is empty or not, whether the queue is empty or not. So if the front is equal to null, your queue is empty. If your this thing front is equal to null, then your queue is empty. Else temporary is equal to front, that means the front will be assigned to the temporary, then your front will be assigned to the temporary, and until and unless the temporary got the null value, until and unless the temporary got the null value, it will display the elements as per the priority. Okay, until and unless it find out the null value, it will update the front, it will update the temporary, and that temporary variable display the elements of the queue. So for that purpose we have written here as printf data priority. With the data we have to mention the priority, and with temporary data and temporary priority we have again this loop will be while loop will be continued up to the value got it null. Okay, so for that purpose we have written here temp is equal to temp next, means we have to go to the next element until the value is finded as a null. Okay,